In this week's Tablet to Tuesday, I'm going to show you how to re-rank items once you have filtered a different rank. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. So what I want to do is I want to look at the rank of sales, compare that to the rank of quantity, and then also compare that to the rank of profit. Okay, and I want to do that for each state. So I'm going to put state on detail. I'm going to go ahead and compute each of these using state. Right, so now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and combine these and make these a combined axis. And I'm going to go ahead and flip the items and change it to a line. And now you can see the rank I have for each state. So here, for example, Texas is 49th in profit, but it's near the top in sales. Okay, I'm sorry, it's 49th in profit, but it's the third from the top in sales. So I'm just going to go ahead and rearrange these for now. And if I go ahead and filter any of these, so if I filter these to maybe the top 10, you'll see I get my states that are in the top 10, but it's not showing me the rank. It's not readjusting the rank for the ones that are remaining. So what I want to be able to do then is, based on one rank filter, I want to be able to re-rank the other metrics. So how do we go about doing that? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create an overall rank calculation. And for this, I'm going to do a rank unique. And what I want to do is I want to take the rank unique of the sum of sales, and I want to add to that the rank unique of the sum of profit, and then continue on. So I'm going to do rank unique of the sum of quantity, and then lastly I'm going to add to that the rank unique of the sum of sales times discount, because I want to know what my total overall discount is. Okay, so if I hit OK and I stick that into the view, and I could compute that using state, I can now see what my overall rank is for each state. Now I need to go ahead and flip my axis because I want the top rank to be at the top. So I'm going to choose this little reversed option. And I can see, for example, that South Dakota is the first in overall rank. And I actually need to make these ascending instead of descending. So I need to do comma ASC like that, because I want the best to be, or the one with the lowest rank to be at the top. Okay, there we go. So now South Dakota is at the bottom. I can see California is the top across all of them. And now if I filter my overall rank to the top 10, you can see that, for example, here, Massachusetts is 21st in sales across all states, but I want it to be actually 10th amongst the states that are remaining. Okay, so how are we going to go about doing that? So we're going to need to create a couple of calculations, and I'm going to call the first one my re-rank of sales. And to do this, I'm going to do a rank unique, and I'm going to say if the overall rank is less than or equal to 10. So in this case, I'm doing a top 10. You could parameterize this if you wanted to. Then sum sales. And this is saying if it's in the top 10 overall, then you return the sales. And I need to do that. Let's see. And then I want to do end. Okay. And that looks good. Right, so then this probably should also be a ascending. Okay, so now if I put my re-rank of sales on here instead of my, actually, I'll just go ahead and put it in here as well so you can see what it's doing. So I'm going to compute that by state. And now you can see Massachusetts, for example, is last in sales, but it's, okay, so I need to remove my ascending. So let me go ahead and get rid of this and hit OK. And now you can see it's now re-ranked it to number 10. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this and do my re-rank of profit. And instead of sum of sales, it's going to be my sum of profit. And I'm going to put that in the view. I'm actually going to replace each of these as I go along. I'm going to compute them all using state. So let me duplicate the re-rank of sales again, and this time it's going to be re-rank of quantity. And I'm going to do the sum of quantity. And let's go ahead and put that there. Compute using state. And then lastly, I want to do a re-rank of my total discount. So re-rank of discount. So in this case, it's going to be sum of quantity times the discount. And hit OK. Put that in the view and compute using state. And now we can see how each of them is re-ranked. So overall, California is the top in sales. It's also within that new top 10. It's now fifth in discount. So if I'm going to just go ahead and show my highlighter. And I can see like Illinois, for example, looks like it's eighth overall in sales, but it's second in discount. So it has the second highest amount of discount. So Pennsylvania is the opposite way. Okay, so we actually, highest discounts should probably be the worst. So in this particular example, I'm going to go ahead and put my ascending back in because I want, so if I go back to Illinois, you can see here that Illinois has one of the highest, has given the most discounts out of that top 10. So we want to rank that at the lowest. Okay, so we're pretty close now. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and edit the aliases for these. So I'm just going to call this my overall rank. And I'm going to call this my sales rank. And then my profit rank. My quantity. And then lastly, my discount rank. Okay, so all that works pretty good now. And if I just adjust my overall rank to my top 17, you'll see I've got an issue here. So that's because what I've done now is in my discount field, I've gone ahead and changed this to, I've hard coded that. So I would need to actually adjust this. So I would need to make it a parameter if I'm going to do that. So let me go ahead and hide that field. Okay, so that's it. You could go ahead and put the labels on if you wanted to, if you're curious to know what they look like. But I would go ahead and format my measure values to be just a regular number and do the same thing for the pane. Okay, so now you can see what the rank is for each of these items. If I highlight a state like Ohio, you can see it's 98977, and maybe in my labels I'm only going to show it when it's highlighted. So now if I choose New York, you can see the highlighting for New York. Okay, so again, the whole idea here is we want to first pick the top 10 overall, and then we want to know of those top 10 states, how do they rank compared to each other within each of these metrics. So hopefully you found that useful, and leave any questions. Have a good day.